Hey everyone, Tony Chips here at Chiappetta Shoes. This is a workshop live. We got a D11 foot. She's got a happy left side, cranky right side. This lovely customer was in a bad car accident, got totally crushed about 45 plus years ago. Over her lifetime, she's had a lot of issues. Functionally speaking, she walks fine and everything, but she's had arthritis and things that set in over this time period. Left hip labrum tear. She kind of felt like she always babied the left side, so she overused her right side over this course of time. Now, D11 foot type, one of the better flat feet out there, just nice, even heel to toe, a little bit more abducting than normally I see with a D11 foot type. She's had an orthotic for, I think, about 6 months now, and the left side has been pretty good. No issues here. We got a little traditional metatarsal bar, a little extra heel cushion in the back. Nice, one of our standard cork and sole flex core support pieces for the custom orthotic. Right side's the persnickety side. She feels like she's kind of opersupinating. It's very sensitive to the medial arch, so we've tried to taper this down a bit. We tried the metatarsal pad, that just felt like it was too much. She feels like she has a kind of a hump in the medial aspect of her foot. And when I'm watching her walk, mechanically speaking, D11, both left and right. I don't really notice any incongruities at all. She's walking nice and normal. And when we look at a D11 foot type, we have a nice neutral forefoot, nice neutral rear foot, arch height medium low, small amount, 10 plus degrees of abduction turning to the outside. Pronation a little bit in the arch, but just a good flatter foot, nice and even. This right side though, what we have tried over this course of time is kind of scooping out that medial column there. Still feels like there's a little bit too much right here, so we're gonna thin that out, soften it up. She feels like she's turning too much to the outside. She's been using the Brooks Ghost Max 4, 3 or 4, 4, 3. 4's not out yet, but the shoe itself looks nice and stable. It's not like it's crushing down too far in or out. She doesn't look like she's over-supinating, but that's what she says she feels like. So we're gonna respect what she tells us. We're gonna clean this up a little bit, and then we're gonna take the top down. We're gonna add a longitudinal arch bar and a little cuboid bar, but we're gonna be sensitive to her sensitivity. We're gonna be cognizant of it. I'm gonna take you to the grind real quick. All right, take your top down. So what I like to do when we have too much arch support, when customers say that, it's not necessarily the contour that you're providing from the orthotic itself, it's how firm the materials are up from underneath. So when we deal with a C9 or a C13, those types of feet tend to have a high shelf, or the cuboid and fifth metatarsal are elevated a lot. For all the other types of feet, what we like to do is just scoop out that medial arch. Now, if you just left it by itself, it's not necessarily stable. It's gonna kind of sit and bow inside of the shoe. It could shift a little bit, we don't want that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna fill it up with a very soft material. We're removing the cork, that's 55 durometer. We're replacing it with a Volaro. This is about 10 to 15 durometer. It's a high density though, so it's nice and spongy. And that works as a good filler agent. So we're gonna do that right there. And that's gonna be kind of an accommodating, softening element to the current orthotic. Now we still have to figure out some sort of correction. I think the shoe is adequate. It's good for her work situation. She's standing a lot. Could we go a little firmer? Yes. But considering her comfort requirements, we like the softer foam. The Ghost Max 3 isn't, and I wouldn't say it's too soft. You know, it is a max cushion, so you have a fair amount of compression when the customer is using this. And all right, now what we're doing here is we're softening up that medial support. Left side is happy, we're going to leave that there. Now, this here is a nice solution if it feels like there's too much arch support. An orthotic that's done proper should feel like there's nothing inside of the shoe. Good inserts just feel natural. And that's what we're shooting for. All right. We're going to add, from a correction standpoint, we're going to add an arch bar and a cuboid bar. I don't see too much over supination, but she feels like she's rolling too far to the outside. So we're going to add arch bar here, and then the cuboid bar, the lateral bar, we're going to go 3/4 of an inch. And normally I like to use something that is a little bit more moldable. But in this case, because her foot's relatively sensitive, we're going with the material called sponge rubber. So this is a common material used in like heel lifts and anything where you're trying to provide a good amount of bounce. Now, normally I would be using something a little bit firmer in this area, but the foot is on the sensitive side of things. So we're gonna go with a little bit softer element. Traditionally, I would use a cork rubber cushion cork combination. This is what I use a lot of the times. You see this in the workshop lives. We're gonna go with a little bit softer element. The cork, cushion cork, is essentially this same material with cork in it. So it adds a little firmer element. This is spongier, softer, definitely a little bit more safe in this situation. So we're gonna go that route. Now, we have to do it in 2 steps because I want to kind of re-establish the medial column here on the orthotic itself. If I were to just slap it on there, I think it would be too far lateral. So, now you see how we kind of have this edge here. We're going to essentially give the orthotic its base back because we took out too much. So we're going to get that glued down right there. All right. Okay. Got those glued up. We're going to take this to the grinder. Okay, so when you look at what we're doing here, I am essentially reestablishing the baseline of the bottom width of the orthotic. That's to help stabilize it within the shoe. This is a lot softer. I scooped it in compared to what we had before, an extra 1/4 of an inch, cleaned it, smoothed it real nice. So we have a nice softening element. Still have some shape and structure on that medial column. Now we're gonna look to add a little extra oomph longitudinally down the middle section of the foot and laterally to reduce any potential supination. Okay, got that.